Let's bring you this now. The North West province has long battled with RDP houses, and many are currently unfinished and are inadequate. Now, the South African Human Rights Commission is going to be conducting a provincial inquiry into these problems following numerous complaints. But it will also be conducting site inspections from tomorrow until the 12th. I'm now joined by Shirley, Mlombo, of course, the SAHRC's, or HRC's rather, North West Provincial Manager. Shirley, thank you so much for your time and good morning to you. I understand you have been receiving quite a number of complaints regarding these RDP houses. What do these complaints include?
Morning, Dumelon. Morning to your viewers. The complaints in the main relate to incomplete RDP houses, as well as houses that were completed, but because of shoulder work, they are inadequate. And in some instances, you find that houses have been built for persons with disabilities, which are not suitable for their needs. So in the main, these are the type of complaints that we've been receiving relating to RDP houses in the province.
And I understand it's a knock-on effect, because if RDP houses are not completed or they're inadequately built, it means that then, they can't be occupied. This results in them being vandalized, and it's a waste of money, I suppose, altogether.
Yes, of course, they cannot be occupied, and it perpetuates the challenge of homelessness in the country, and it feeds into the phenomena of informal settlements. So instead of us moving forward to ensure that people are provided with adequate housing, we seem to be stagnating as a province.
What about some of the complaints, Shirley? I understand you've been receiving that some of the houses actually have been, built, but they were building materials that are of poor quality, that even the occupiers' lives are at risk when they're inside those houses.
Yes, some of them, because of the shoulder work, there are clearly visible cracks. Some of them, they appear to be structural in nature, which can pose harms to people's lives. So we are concerned about some of these complaints that we've been receiving, but of course the purpose of the investigation is to look deeper into these issues and to verify some of the complaints through the site inspections that we'll be conducting from tomorrow until the 9th of April.
Yeah.
May.
Right.
I beg your pardon.
No worries. And I'm glad you mentioned the word investigation, because I want to understand then what exactly will that investigation entail? What exactly will you be doing at these site inspections? What does the work lie ahead for the SA Human Rights Commission?
Okay. The purpose of the site inspections is for us to observe firsthand the issues that have been raised in the complaints, and also to engage with the beneficiaries who are impacted by the issue reported, because it's very important when we discuss some of these issues that we humanize them, because it's easy to be talking about RDP houses, but who are these people who are affected by these issues, and how have these issues impacted them? So the purpose of the site inspection is also to engage with the affected persons, to find out from them how these issues have impacted them and their families. And of course, following the site inspections, we'll have the formal leg of the investigation in the form of an inquiry, where we have requested the Department of Human Settlements, both the HOD and the MEC, to appear before the Commission to account for what has led to things being the way they are. We'll also be inviting other stakeholders, including the municipalities concerned, to give us information from their own perspectives on where things went wrong and what needs to be done to correct all these issues. And also other stakeholders we are hoping to hear from is other C9 institutions like the Public Protector, the Auditor General, who have also at some point have done investigations into similar issues. So we'll be building on the work that has been done by other institutions to further unpack the issue and what really needs to be done ultimately to address the challenge.
Yeah, according to my understanding, I mean, in as far as these complaints are concerned, it seems there is definitely a housing issue out in the Northwest, just judging from the prevalence of the complaints that you're receiving, but also the prevalence of unfinished and inadequate RDP houses. How important is it to further assess the state's plans in addressing this issue?
It is very critical because we can talk about the problem forever, but the most important thing is what is going to be done to address the challenge. So we'll be expecting from the state time-bound plans based on which we can monitor, their actions in relation to this issue.
And Shirley, just before I let you go, I'm assuming that you are still encouraging anyone with the same issue out in the Northwest or anywhere really in South Africa, but also as you focus and zone in on the Northwest province, you're still encouraging for any South African to get a hold of you and to continue laying those complaints and just narrating what their issues and problems are with regards to these RDP houses, right?
Yes, correct, Dumela. In fact, since we made a public call for submissions on this investigation, we have been receiving complaints, additional complaints of other areas that are affected by the same issue. So if there are still other areas that are affected, we will welcome that information from members of the public.